Feng Qing'er is truly terrifying. She even boldly declared that she would always seek Xiao Yan's life. To pick up where we left off. Feng Qing'er slightly raised her eyebrows and looked at Xiao Yan in front of her. Her aura was even stronger than when she was in the Tianmu mountain range before. No wonder she dared to break into the Thunder Mountain. However, if you think that the prestige of the Wind Venerable can allow you to act recklessly in the Thunder Mountain, then you are too naive. Feng Qing'er's voice was as crisp and pleasant as the cry of a phoenix, revealing an undeniable nobility in arrogance. Xiao Yan seemed not to hear her words, staring calmly ahead. The Dou Qi in his body slowly circulated like a awakened python, and with the surge of Dou Qi, a powerful aura quietly emanated, straight into the sky. In my impression, you seem to only rely on external forces to create a show of force, whether it is the soul body or the Wind Venerable. In other words, this kind of practice may be just like a fox borrowing the might of a tiger, but today this false prestige is useless. Feng Qing'er's eyebrows slightly wrinkled, and she sneered. As a peer, she didn't like a peer to show such a disgusting attitude in front of her. Xiao Yan raised his head and suddenly showed a grinning smile, saying, "I didn't expect you to be such a woman who talks nonsense. Since that's the case, let me also tell you one thing. If it weren't for the Thunder Wind Pavilion or other backgrounds, with your appearance, becoming the forbidden plaything of men might be the best choice." Feng Qing'er's beautiful eyes flashed with a hint of coldness, and she stared coldly at Xiao Yan, a powerful aura that was on par with the latter swept up like a volcanic eruption, accompanied by the thunderous sound of the wind. Feng Qing'er coldly stared at Xiao Yan, and after a while, the corner of her mouth hooked into a cold smile, saying, "Believe me, you will regret what you just said." Xiao Yan, his voice gentle, but he replied without backing down, "I'll be waiting." As Xiao Yan finished speaking, the coldness on Feng Qing'er's face grew even stronger, and her eyebrows also slightly closed. At the moment her eyes closed, the entire scene became tense, and a cold and fierce killing intent filled the air. Whoosh! In the instant her eyes closed, Feng Qing'er suddenly opened her eyes, and at this moment, her pupils turned into a strange cyan-silver color, and the fierce and cold killing intent reached its peak. As Feng Qing'er's pupils transformed into cyan-silver, a deep cyan Dou Qi storm instantly erupted, with her as the center. The power was astonishing. The storm flashed with silver lightning, making a rumbling sound that made people's hearts tremble. This huge Dou Qi storm was nearly 10 feet tall, and the energy pressure it emitted made everyone in the square stare in amazement. Such a spectacular scene was actually created by Feng Qing'er solely with the Dou Qi in her body. The vastness of her Dou Qi was truly astonishing. The powerful suction force emitted by the storm caused the wooden ground in the square to twist, cracks to continuously spread, and the entire square trembled. Xiao Yan stood in the square, like a mountain. No matter how the storm sucked and pulled, his body remained motionless. His eyes were fixed in the storm, as if looking for the vague figure. Thunder Wind Dou Qi. Xiao Yan narrowed his eyes slightly, looking at the lightning flashing in the storm and the rich wind attribute Dou Qi. This Feng Qing'er was able to perfectly fuse the two different attributes of Dou Qi, and her talent was truly terrifying. The keenness of the wind and the violence of the thunder were perfectly fused, and the power that erupted in the end must be beyond ordinary Dou Qi. No wonder she had the special ability to challenge opponents of a higher level. This was just like Xiao Yan having Dou Qi mixed with different kinds of strange fires, which was powerful. This was also one of his cards to fight against opponents stronger than him. Although the Soul Ju was not top-notch among the Earth rank and Heaven rank, its mysteriousness could rival the ultimate Earth rank Dou Qi. In terms of skills, Xiao Yan did not have an advantage over Feng Qing'er. After all, the latter had the Dou techniques of the Thunder Wind Pavilion, and with her talent, the skills she practiced were more fused and stronger than ordinary Dou techniques. As for the Dou techniques, both sides had their own killing moves, and if they didn't fight head-on, he couldn't predict the final outcome. When Xiao Yan was considering the strength of the opponent, a colorful silk ribbon shot out like an arrow, flashing with powerful lightning in the storm, and fiercely attacked in the direction where Xiao Yan was. Xiao Yan quickly changed his hand seals and immediately distorted the space in front of him. However, the colorful silk ribbon deviated from its original direction and seemed to only brush past Xiao Yan's shoulder, but the residual power of the lightning still made Xiao Yan's back hairs stand on end. The colorful silk ribbon shot towards Xiao Yan again, and he quickly moved to a position more than 10 meters to the left. However, the colorful silk ribbon shot at him again, aiming directly at Xiao Yan's back like an eagle swooping for food. Feeling the wind behind him, Xiao Yan immediately turned around and dodged the fatal attack. Although the colorful silk ribbon looked soft, the sound it made when cutting through the space revealed a kind of chilling coldness. It was not like cloth, but more like some kind of strange metal. Coupled with the powerful Dou Qi, even if it could split mountains and crack stones, an ordinary Dou Huang powerhouse would definitely be injured if it touched it. Just after dodging the attack of the silk ribbon, Xiao Yan's eyebrows slightly wrinkled, and a rich green flame quickly emerged on his arm. Then he reached back and grabbed the colorful silk ribbon with a fierce force, causing Xiao Yan to tremble slightly. However, the flame protected him, and the powerful Dou Qi was burned into nothingness by the glazed lotus heart flame. Xiao Yan grabbed the silk ribbon and sneered, "Humph." His Dou Qi surged, and he pulled the silk ribbon with a fierce tug, straightening it, and the storm also moved some distance. Under the pull of the two Dou Zone powerhouses, the silk ribbon couldn't withstand it, small cracks appeared, and then it suddenly broke. Xiao Yan and Feng Qing'er both took a few steps back to stabilize their figures. Colorful Phoenix towards the origin. However, just as the colorful silk ribbon broke, a cold shout suddenly sounded. Then, countless colorful silk ribbons continuously shot out from the storm, like an overwhelming tide, sweeping toward Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan's eyes flashed with a hint of solemnity, and the heavy ruler in his hand quickly slid, forming one trajectory after another. The shadow of the ruler appeared rapidly, raging waves of the angry sea. Dang dang dang. The colorful silk ribbons poured down like raindrops, constantly hitting the defense of the ruler shadow, making a crisp sound. Although each time the colorful silk ribbon was blocked by the defense, it still brought a powerful force, causing cracks to appear on the ground where Xiao Yan stood, and Xiao Yan's feet were also shocked into the ground. Countless people looked at this gorgeous battle in the square in amazement. The colorful silk ribbons poured down like a curtain, landing on the defense of the ruler shadow, forming a continuous sound. The ground in the square was devastated more and more tragically, and the overwhelming colorful silk ribbons hit the defense of the ruler shadow again. This time, the ruler shadow sphere defense and Xiao Yan were smashed into the ground together, forming a huge pit. Although Xiao Yan was smashed into the ground, Feng Qing'er didn't stop. She clearly knew that the previous attack hadn't caused any harm to Xiao Yan. The ruler shadow defense had blocked most of the force. When the storm collapsed, Feng Qing'er appeared from it. Her jade finger pointed at the pit and let out a cold shout. Then the colorful silk ribbons began to intertwine, wrapping the huge Dou Qi storm of the colorful phoenix into a colorful phoenix about 10 feet in size. The colorful phoenix was completely made of colorful silk ribbons, but at the moment of its formation, the Dou Qi storm collapsed and turned into a Dou Qi pillar, which quickly projected into the colorful phoenix's body. Thunder Wind Technique. As the storm collapsed, Feng Qing'er appeared from it. A drop of blood flew out and landed on the colorful phoenix. When the blood dripped on the colorful phoenix, it emitted an incredible vitality. The energy contained in the colorful phoenix became even more violent. Feng Qing'er suspended in the sky, wearing a colorful dress, like a goddess, noble and proud. The colorful phoenix's jade finger pointed at the pit in the ground and let out a cold shout, "Phoenix killing finger." The colorful phoenix let out a loud cry, and a cyan-scale-colored pillar of light formed from its mouth, shrinking into a beam the size of a palm, and quickly shot out. "Xiao Yan, I will take your life today." Feng Qing'er's cold voice echoed in the sky, making people's hearts chill. The speed of the beam was extremely fast, almost penetrating through space, appearing above the pit. Then, the ruler's shadow defense of the colorful silk ribbons instantly collapsed. Just as everyone was sighing at the collapse of the ruler's shadow defense, a beautiful green fire lotus emerged from the pit, and the petals slowly opened, dazzlingly beautiful.